Hello, everybody. It's ELA 7. This is Miss Mills, and I just wanted to welcome you to this virtual open house. Here's my little Bitmoji of me reading. I do love the books. That's how I got into English. I want to say thank you so much for coming to watch this presentation and the other presentations. We really appreciate you all taking time out. I know there's a lot to do as a parent, whether that's getting dinner on the table or going to work or checking in on your teen. There's a lot going on. And Mr. Rogers has a great little quote here if you want to read that. I do enjoy it quite a bit, but I just want to say you are making a difference for us as teachers and for your child, and we really appreciate it. Curriculum objectives. So that's just a fancy way of saying that when I plan my lessons, this is what I'm thinking about doing. I want to achieve these goals this year. So I definitely want to fill in learning gaps due to the time away from in-person learning. It's just different. It was different, right? When everything shut down, we weren't teaching the same way that we were used to. So there are things we did not get to that we would like to because it did take longer. So we're just going to work on filling in those learning gaps. Thankfully, we have this year with your child, and since they're seventh graders, I might even have them next year. I also want to support the needs of students. I realize that it's got to be difficult to sit in a seat all day. It is important for a health safety measure, but certainly on the body, it takes a toll. So I do like to take students around outside to take a break, to walk, or even learn outside. And it's quick walks, nothing long, but something to get the blood flowing and the body into some movements before we start learning. Also, I want to prepare students for next year. We need to be good at essay writing. We need to get better at reading and breaking down text. So certainly those are part of my objectives. It's also important to support students by reviewing what we learned. So characterization, conflict, plot, all those things were taught last year, but it is important to review them. It is also important to me to build strong connections. Students do not learn from teachers they don't like. And I'm not talking about like popularity. I'm talking about a student needs to know that you're there for them. You're not there to get them and go, aha, you got that wrong. You're there to build them up and say, oh, this mistake is a learning opportunity. This is great, and that's what I am there for. So I worked for 2 weeks on getting to know you, and it really felt important, especially this year, to do that. Repetition. It takes about 12 times of seeing something to really start to get the hang of it. And so school is all about repetition. So we worked on that identity project, and they were working on characterization and what is identity. Repeat, repeat, repeat. You want to get into these things, and we'll keep repeating characterization throughout the year to make sure that they really get it down, that they understand what we need to do to understand characterization. I also have assessments and quizzes. Those are important. That helps me to see where I need to keep working on what I'm teaching. What do they need help with? And we just did take a quiz that showed me quite a bit. So it's great. I love quizzes. We will have about 4 quizzes a quarter. Grading policy. So you will see a difference. When you sign the syllabus, it looked different because we had started off the year with one game plan. And as things are in 2020, we switched it up, right? So 25% of your students' grade will be worth, 25% because of the quizzes. 30% will be their classwork. So that could be anything we're working on in class. They might finish it at home, but they started it here. 25% are their projects, and 20% is their participation and homework. I don't really give a lot of homework. If I need them to finish something up that they could have gotten done in class, then yes, there'll be homework. But a lot more of the time, it's their participation. Like, did they answer these questions in class when I was calling on them and everything like that? So there's more. Instruction on a day off. So this is the day when students are at home, but they're coming to a Google Meet. Sometimes I'll have a bell ringer, like a quick question or two to see how they're doing on a topic I've been teaching or to introduce a topic. Exit tickets work the same way, but they're at the end of the class to see what they understood or still need help with. Google Meets happen every day except for, even Monday actually, because we have office hours. But yeah, every day they have a Google Meet Monday to Friday. Classroom and website. I am going to show you my classroom and website. I do like to be interactive. It means that basically I don't just talk to them. They have to play a Kahoot. They watch a video. They work with partners online, and they are not just sitting there. They're not receptacles of information. They are also producers of information. Okay, so let's look at my website. Okay, so I have a website here, and I believe I've posted the link on my classroom. If not, I'll do that. But if students need classwork, they go to these different tabs and they'll be able to see, what they need to do. So like if I click on period 5, then I tell them information for the page that always stays there. And as you scroll down, I'll have a little slideshow and I'll tell them something. Usually there's an assignment here. The directions walk students through what to do. I think it's really important to have directions for students written and spoken so that way they can see and confirm what it is that they were, listening to. I also have ways that you can get a hold of me. I love this website. I have like a syllabus, and you can look and click on that in English or in Spanish. You also can contact me here with this form. You just click here, it opens up, and it will actually change, like, if you prefer English, it'll take you to one section. If you prefer Spanish, then it'll take you to another section. It's the same questions, it's just in the language that works for you, so you can speak to me any way you would like. If you go to my homepage, the About page, you can learn more about me as a teacher. I have a pretty cool interactive set of slides where you click on different things and different things happen. Like, for example, if I click on Aragon, which is a great fantasy series, something will pop up here, like a YouTube video, and that is a book trailer. So you can see like what Aragon is about. So yeah, if you want to learn more about me as a teacher, you could check that out. But I also want to show you so that was my website. Let's show you my classroom. When your students are looking at what to do for the week, they just have to go up here. They click on classroom. You could do the same thing. As long as they're already logged in, you can access all this information. Now, right now, you'll notice I have an AIS class. I have an ELA 8. I did break them up by their color, like purple and white team, and by grade level. It just made it easier for me in terms of seeing who's here, who turned in the work and stuff. And once you click on it, your child, though, will have like math, science, art. I only have ELA because that's all I do. So if I scroll down here, let's say it's period 5 and it's the white team, students can post me messages to me, and I offer up, all sorts of things. My syllabus is here. If anybody ever needed mental health resources, we also have the work broken down by week, so they can look at it in each week. I just like it organized so that they know where to click. I usually have an assignment and a slideshow. The slideshow will walk them through what it is they're doing, and I just like visuals. It's great to have visuals so that they can get a sense of what's going on. It reinforces whatever I'm saying in class. We've got our stretch, just like I said, right? We walk. We've got great quotes from people about education or what's going on in the world. And I go through my learning standards there. And then we get into what we're learning. And look, there was even a quiz. Looks like 2 people still need to take that quiz. So yeah, everything is really there for them. And I like to make these screencastifies, but I should probably keep it moving. What do we got? Mondays. Oh, don't forget office hours. So if students have any questions or just want to check in to see what's going on with their grade, then they can actually look at that. I do believe I fixed that, but let's fix it again. They can check in with me from 10 to 10:30. Student work. So student work is just basically, it could be anything, it could be a Google form. It could be a paragraph. I always like to show students what something should look like before they do it. So let me see if I can search through here. I'll find you a little assignment that we were working on. It was about their personality, like it was getting to know them and they had to write a personality paragraph. Let's see. Okay, here's one. I had them take this quiz from Scholastic. It's based on a real personality test called the DISC. And actually, in it, I ended up showing them, like, oh, if this is what I feel like I am, I can highlight it. And it was great. But I did have a sample of it for them. So that's something to keep in mind. I don't ever try to give them something and then not show them what I'm looking for. I think it's unfair to do that. Okay. If you want to get in touch with me, these are the different ways. You could also go to my website. Like I said, I'll post that online and I'll also email it to you. It was a pleasure. Thank you so much for coming today. Hope you have a great week.